Yeah, social media today is amazing, as are you, are amazing.
Thank you.
We're very, very honored for you to be here with us. And I'm going to just open it up really quick. I know they're just itching to talk to you. We have several people from all over the world in the Hangout right now. I just want to introduce you to some of them. Yeah, this is Adrian.
Hi.
Hi there.
Atlanta. Jeff is in
Jeff.
San Francisco. Justin's in the UK. Kempton's up in Canada.
Hi.
Kim's in Missouri.
Hello.
India.
India.
Hi.
Hi
And
there.
Tom is also in the UK, and Trev is up in North UK.
No, I'm in Atlanta.
Oh, I'm sorry, Atlanta.
I was like, Tom doesn't have a UK accent.
Trev,
No, mate. Fine,
I was
mate.
ahead of myself, but Trev is in the UK. So, anyway, who wants to ask the first question?
I'll jump right in there.
Go ahead.
Jeff?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, you just look amazing. I mean,
He does.
you just look exactly how you did when you were fighting. You look like the
Yeah.
same weight. How do you, when fighters tend to not fight, they get a little chunky. You don't seem to have anything like that going on.
I like the way you said that. No, I work. I work out. I play tennis. I golf. And it's attitude. I like to be able to wear my clothes
Sure.
and not too tight. But I think it's all attitude and about your life ambition.
Mm-hmm. And it's hard to change that lifestyle. You were so active and so healthy all through your career, so naturally it would continue on, right?
If I do anything, it's really to keep my mind stimulated because I just don't want to get into that point where it's that you sit on the couch and just not be productive. And not financially, but with people, with life. Like I do things for like Fight Night tonight in Orange County at the Marconi Museum. Being able to raise funds and raise awareness about youth at risk, about JDRF, Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. I have a pretty good life now.
You're doing a lot of good things, very good things. If you're in Orange County, please be sure to check out this event, and we'll repeat the info before you go. Adrian, what was your question?
Yes. Hi. Big
Hi.
fan. Always been a big fan. But I wanted to know, there's I guess, an epidemic of athletes and entertainers who, after they're in the spotlight, when the spotlight fades, they kind of lose their way or lose their fortunes. What is the boxing community doing, or what would you be doing to help up-and-coming boxers to understand the business side of it and then life after being in the ring to keep them prepared?
That's a very good question, and that's something that has not been totally addressed for a long period of time and needs to be addressed. What happens with boxing, first of all, is a poor man's sport. And, these young kids like myself we come from inner cities, poor backgrounds and what have you. So when we start making money and become so frequently that we think it's going to last forever. So there needs to be someone in that camp or that circle that is business savvy, that puts money away for you for a rainy day, because that day could come short, quicker than you think it can. A lot of fighters make tons of money, millions of dollars, and when their career is over, they have nothing to look forward to. But I think it just needs to be addressed time and time again. There is no pension plan. There is nothing that supports a boxer once he retires. So that question should be answered, should be talked about forever.
Definitely.
So who can I talk? Who's the person? Would you go to the boxing convention? Sorry, Maria, because I do that with artists, but I never thought about athletes until I asked that question.
The thing about boxing, because it's such almost like an individual thing,
individual sport,
it's no constituents or what have you. We as an entity itself needs to fix itself. It's unlike basketball, football, whether they're
there's a huge team, there's a huge
Team.
sport.
Exactly. Boxing's more individual.
Yeah. A question for you. My husband, by the way, and I'll get to your guys' questions in a bit. My husband is a huge, huge fan of yours and Muhammad Ali specifically. He just considers you both his heroes, and he has compared your fighting style to his. Were you influenced by Muhammad Ali as a younger fighter, and how?
Tremendously. Muhammad Ali was more than boxing. He was boxing. and the way he was able to really transcend the sport. I observed that, and I tried to emulate him as far as being, classy in the ring and outside the ring. Sugar Ray Robinson was another one that I idolized, and Bruce Lee was a person I idolized. But Ali, for sure, was my my blueprint.
Do you spend? I've seen pictures with you and him together. Do you have a relationship today, and
Oh,
how
yes,
often do you see him?
yes. I saw him recently at his birthday in celebration birthday in Las Vegas, and it was an amazing period because he turned 70.
Right.
But there's always love there.
Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Our heroes. Okay, who's got the next question? Justice, do you? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you come from the glory days of boxing. It produced some huge legend names. I mean, yourself are a legend. So I'd like to know, what do you think of the behaviour of some of the modern day boxers now? Because they're not behaving so good outside of the ring.
Well, they all have their own personality. They all have their own way of going about being popular. Sometimes guys have a tendency, without mentioning names, to be a bad guy or a good guy. Whatever the case may be, whatever your persona is, I think the most important thing is to be respectful, and that's very important.
Yeah, we talk about Floyd Mayweather Jr. often on our newscast.
Is that who you're referring to?
Not to mention names,
I'm
right?
not saying any names.
I'm just curious about Manny Pacquiao and that whole, will that bout ever happen? What do you think about that?
I hope it comes to fruition. I think it's a fight that the boxing world wants to see. I'm being a boxing fan. I want to see. Hopefully it will happen. It's not looking good.
No.
But, funny things have happened in the past. But talking about the UK, I'm leaving Sunday for the UK, coming there to do a book signing.
Oh, excellent.
So I'll be out there pretty soon.
Cool.
Who's
I
got
got
the
a
next
I got a question.
Tom, go ahead.
You were an unbelievable Olympic boxer, and do you still follow the Olympic program with the USA boxing team? And do you think we'll do any good in the next Olympics?
I'm an optimist, so I've always feel that we're going to do well, and I think what has really happened with our amateur boxing is the fact that the program itself has deteriorated quite a bit. The boxers have talent, no question about that, and they brought in Freddie Roach to kind of help out the trainer Joe, to make sure that we have a greater chance of winning gold medals. Amateur boxing is where it is all about. And that's where professional and champions become great. But to answer your question, I think we're going to have a great team.
Good.
One last question?
Shaka, our tech ninja.
Shaka.
Please come in here, Shaka.
Get in here, Shaka.
Get in here.
Face, Shaka.
So I just have to say, about 16 years ago, I was training in the martial art Kendo. When I was training in Kendo, I was training in a little martial arts studio in Santa Monica.
Yeah?
And to my surprise, I walk in there one day, and guess who's taking the class there?
Me?
Yeah.
That's how he stays with.
Now, the most fascinating thing for me was when I came in to do that, you had finished the class, and you were in there working the speed bag. And now, I've been around a lot of champion martial artists for many, many years, but there was nothing as poetic and beautiful as watching the rhythm of you work that speed bag. It was you could sit there and write because it was just, you guys, I just wanted to share this because it was the most amazing thing to watch your timing and just how effortless. That's, to me, that's the mark of an artist, is when some people, you can tell they work at it and it looks like they're, and then other people, they do it and it looks like they were born to it. And so that was just the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
I live boxing. You know what? I would run additional 2 miles to be ahead of the other guy. I always did just enough or more than enough to beat the other guy because good fighter, great fighter, it's like that much of a difference. It's because I wanted more. I trained a little harder, and I live, sleep, and breathe boxing. I choreograph fights in my head. And even with the martial arts, I did Taekwondo. I just try to be the best I can be.
Well, I just wanted to throw that in there. You guys carry on. 'Cause
Imagining the dance with you in that speed bag. Oh, hey, you guys, what else? Who's got another
I have a quick question.
Sure.
I noticed
I don't
that.
want to miss anyone else.
Go ahead,
Okay, go ahead.
This is amazing.
Kenton.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'll go ahead with my question. You look really healthy and sharp and everything.
Amazing.
But, in terms of this impact sport, boxing or football, I want to hear your view on the health impact. Like, do you worry? Do you worry at all?
Do I worry? No, the only thing I worry about is taxes.
Oh, don't remind us. Ah.
No, I don't. In fact, to be the best, you don't worry about those things. I mean, the fact that it's the nature of our sport, whether it's football or boxing, athletes don't consider that. Can it happen? Yes, it can happen. Can happen to anyone. But, I take care of myself, and I don't let that be a...
Do you discourage? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I don't let that be a barrier
Yes.
for my
Yes.
growth.
Yes.
And do I discourage kids? No.
Yes.
No. I mean, if anything, boxing is a sport that demands your discipline, that you have great work ethics.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a wonderful sport. And amateur boxing is the best.
Kim?
Okay, you guys?
Kim?
One last
so
question.
cool.
Okay, I have a question about your involvement with nonprofits. I see that you are involved with doing a lot of fundraisers like you did at Muhammad Ali's birthday party and supporting other nonprofits. What got you started in the nonprofit fundraising or supporting all these different organizations?
Well, Kim, I've been doing this for, 30 years. I mean, I've always gave back. My parents always instilled in us to, once you receive something, you help someone else out. I started a foundation, Sugar Ray Leonard Foundation, which I raise awareness and funds for JDRF, which is Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. So for me, it's the natural thing to do because I'm a father, I am a husband, I'm a parent, I'm a friend, and if my celebrity can make a difference, then so be it.
And speaking of, we just want to mention again, if you are in Orange County here in California, if you know somebody, we want to tell you about the Fight Night, which is tonight at the Marconi
Museum.
And it's a huge fundraiser, and there's going to be all kinds of people in the boxing industry. The Tommy Hitman turns. He'll be there.
We may fight. I don't know. If we raise another $1 million, we will fight for the kids.
Yeah,
Was that like what you did with Corbin, the Corbin native? What was his name? Matthew Jeffrey Johnson?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and also too, and if you haven't had a chance, Ray got a book out. It's called A Big Fight. It's an amazingly personal book about your life and your story. I encourage you all to get it. It's called The Big Fight. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For
Thank you so
hanging
much.
out with us.
Who's the guy in the UK? What's the guy's name?
Justin, and also Trev.
Yeah,
They're
Trev.
both
Justin,
in the
I'll
UK.
see you guys in the UK.
That's
Sunday.
right.
Yeah, cool.
I was going to say as well,
Your book,
I'm
promoting
leaving
your
Sunday, promoting the book. I'll be there Sunday to sign.
book.
just an
Excellent.
observation as well, when you sit, you even sit with your elbows in.
Doesn't it?
Oh, hold that pose, man.
That's the pose. You get a shot of that.
Oh, Tashaka.
All right, guys.
Thank
Can we
you.
get a shot real quick with me
And,
too?
we'll see you again. Hang on. All right.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. I
That was
definitely want to
great.
get a photo.
Yay.
And my husband is a
Oh.
huge fan. Oh, you did get some?
This is unbelievable.
Fantastic.
Really?
Yeah. Google Plus.
Shaka is in hog heaven.
He is.
He's running around like a
He was
little
very
kid.
personal.
It's just